So tell me, my human, do you like feet? We're here to talk about one of the most important game genres in the universe. This is my Realms Deep 2023 Roundup Feet Edition. Yes! Lots of games were announced at this year's Realms Deep show. It was awesome. 4 hours of hilarity and gaming epic just made the hairs on my toes curl. Today, though, we're going full Quentin Tarantino and talking about the greatest in feet games coming out of Realms Deep. First up, Gloom, a wicked misadventure. Finally, we've got the first-person booter that we've been waiting for. We're Gloom, a rather grumpy, underpaid goblin on a, as it says, wicked misadventure to save our overlord. And we're going to use our magically mysterious boot to do it. To save the day, we're going to be engaging in some weird chaotic physics-based attacks, kick some serious ass from dusk till dawn, and really have a good time doing it. It looks like good fun, maybe with a little bit more polish. I think we could get in something epic right here. Reminds me of another game we might just talk a little bit about later. The launch date on this game is still to be announced, but be sure to wish this one. It does help the developers out. Next, we've got Mullet Mad Jack. Now, firstly, I love the look of this game. It is 80s, 90s anime style. It's got action. The animations themselves look so good. Like, it's like high resolution anime. I don't know how else to describe it.
1,000 bullets.
I like it. The quirk, the gimmick, the twist on the formula basically is when you die in 10 seconds unless you get your dopamine hit. Which basically, I mean, this is basically going to mean this is going to be non-stop action, non-stop anime action, and it just looks really good. I don't know if this is something that I'll play consistently. I prefer to take my time sometimes, but I think for a few runs, a bit of a playthrough, reach the end of the game, I think it'll be worth our time. And as I said, you're kicking down doors, so this counts. Now, ancient times have foretold that there is the legend, Dad by the Sword. Our next game comes from the legends over at Rocket Cat Games and focuses heavily on you being a first-person sword-fighting dad, with a very heavy focus on tactical dismemberment with a claymore sword and a bit of stompy stomp in the face. That's where the tactics are, I'm assuming. We play as your dad, running around in jorts and slaying things called anti-dads with our sword. Calling it first-person sword play. Basically melee combat, but we're not going to hold them to that too much. It does look really engaging, far more interesting than your average melee combat where you can start dismembering enemies and actually fighting back rather than just using hitbox, which I think is a nice twist. It does look like fun. There's a lot of humor in this kind of game. I'm not really sure where it's going to go in that respect, which is why I've definitely got to play it and try it out. We also get interesting things called dad features, apparently. Things like randomly generated dungeons. So every time we're going to be playing, it's going to be a new kind of dungeon, which is nice because that's something Diablo 4 doesn't have, which I wish it did. We get other little modifying dad perks called Dirks, which I'm not really sure what those are, but they modify our gameplay and I'm assuming our power. And finally, we also get some interesting other wonderful, wondrous abilities, such as the powerful air horn and a magically growing bowling ball, and a super powered lawnmower. This game's gonna be great. Either way, sadly, the game is still to be coming through. There is no release date yet, but definitely go and wishlist it on Steam. I'm pretty sure the guys are gonna do some great things. Another New Blood addition to this list. Something that we've actually been talking about for quite a while now. Fallen Aces by New Blood, Trey Powell and Jason Bond. I've been told I should refer to this as a noir gangster boomer shooter, but I'm not so sure about that. There is definitely some pretty good melee combat here, fighting not with just your two fists, but also a mighty foot. I haven't played it myself, but it does look like quite a good time. Here I thought it was just going to be some random RPG, and that's okay. But when I saw the gameplay at Realms Deep, I realized that this is far more than that. This is a gangster beat-em-up, boom-em-up. I like that. So if you're interested in a world of crime, villains, betrayal, and corruption, definitely look at Fallen Aces. The demo is currently available for you to check out for now, but there is no planned release date. They even call it Doom Noir. So there we go. That's all you need to know about it. And finally, we get to the ultimate foot game, Angerfoot, by Devolver and Free Lives. Angerfoot is a game that's been featured on this channel before. I think in my last Steam Next Fest list, in fact. Long story short, you're Angerfoot, John Angerfoot. I don't really have a name for him, but essentially, you're using your feet in this extremely acid-induced, fast-paced action FPS, where you gotta use your mighty feet to kick down doors, beat up bad guys, and pick up weapons and take them out. Not gonna lie, this game is pretty intense, but it's a lot of fun. You're gonna be doing a lot of repeated runs, you're gonna be kicking through the levels, you're gonna be coming up with weird physics techniques to try and take down bad guys before your timer runs out. It's gonna be a lot of good fun. Right now, the demo is still available. I highly recommend you go and check it out. I must have played I don't know how many runs now, but it was quite a good experience. It does have a little bit of a rage-inducing mechanic. I don't think this was intentional. If you're not competitive like me, I think you'll be okay. But I eventually got to this point where I was getting furious that I wasn't beating my time or able to get through a certain level on a higher difficulty. But as usual, anything coming out of Devolver is probably gold at this stage. So go and check out the legendary Angerfoot. Now that I've stopped hyping and going off my script completely, I hope you guys enjoyed this list. It was just a little bit of fun. I obviously could have rehashed the entire list of my favorite games at Realms Deep, and if you still want me to do that, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, go and enjoy the greatest in feet games coming out of Realms Deep 2023. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this, or my reviews, live streams, that kind of thing, please don't forget to subscribe, follow, do all that fun stuff, or share it with a friend. It really helps my channel out. I want to send a quick shout out to my beloved patrons. Thank you so much, guys. You are the toe jam in my footsies. That's all for today, and until next time, everybody, please take care, rip and tear. Cheers.